Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. A little bit different today. Let's see here. Is that better? It's nighttime here. Just trying to figure out the lighting here. I just got back from my nephew's wedding. It's been a busy weekend. Uh, that better? I don't care. Um, and don't really have a whole lot planned for today's video other than just playing. I thought I'd just boot it up here and show you what I do each day whenever I come in. Or each time, not day, but each time I play. Uh, my play style is very short a lot of times. Kind of made it this way, and that's kind of why I make the videos for people who might not have the ability to spend hours and hours like I used to be able to play video games with. Every once in a while, I can sit down and have some fun. But right now, I'm just sitting down and checking it out. So, if you haven't watched this series before, I'm doing a series of playing a character who's only playing uh, Eve, where to, not going through gates. I've taken it off my overview. I'm only using wormholes to go from system to system. This is a challenge that has actually caused me to learn a little bit more about different things and to scout out and really decide where I want to be. Still an alpha character. I think I'm about 2 weeks old with this guy and got my probes here. My current goals, what it really sets you up to do is creating goals for yourself. Now, you may not be able to achieve those goals, but keeping your priorities straight as to what you want to get done. My first priority currently is getting myself set up in this system right now, and then also maybe getting a second system and scouting out a second system that I might be able to clone back and forth from. This one I can clone in and out of. So that's my next goal. So let's get up and running. First thing you always want to do is just check your skill queue. If you watched the last couple videos before, I've set up my training queue with the Magic 14 to get everything up to at least level 4. So we've still got about 34 days with that. I initially set up my character with all of the exploration skills that I could as an alpha character, so I don't have to worry about those. Everything else here is just basically to help me in general. So once I go on my final path, I can. So yeah, we've still got some time there. Um, some of them won't be particularly important to me right now, but down the road it will be helpful to have. I was able to play this morning before I went to my nephew's wedding, and was able to scout out some systems. Now, right now, the second thing I always look for is there anybody else in system? I'm not seeing anybody. So what I want to do is just undock and scan down some things um, and see if I have any jumps to other areas that might be helpful. Earlier, I was able to scan down a wormhole directly to a high-sec system, jumped over to it. I always write in my notepad what I've got here, um, and I think it was this one here. Um, yeah, it was. The unfortunate part was there was nothing in that high-sec system. There were a couple of planets. It was Sahesses. Say that 1,000 times. Sahesses. In the, I think, Canid system. Had a couple of planets. The system was about 50 AU. And nothing special. No corporations were living in there, that sort of thing. No actual stations, so I didn't spend a whole lot of time there. I scanned down a couple of cosmic signatures. Might as well do that right now while I'm talking. Save us some time. Can you do two things at once? So the second thing that I always do, first thing I do whenever I get out of station is warp to my save spot so I can't get killed, or at least make it harder to get killed. Uh, Second one I always do is I pull up the signatures. Which ones have I already scanned down and which ones I haven't? This is probably the most important part of this video. I've talked about this in the past, maybe shown 100 videos ago or so. What I like to do is in my notepad over here, write down the signatures that I scanned down and what they were. And you'll see me do this over and over again. This will just save you a ton of time. As you can see here, I have already scanned down that EDX system. It goes to a wormhole, and it goes to an unsecured wormhole, or a regular wormhole, a 1 through 3, unknown wormhole at EDX. So I don't have to scan that one down. Now I have not scanned down IEA, so we'll type that in here. PFF. Now that one I have scanned down. Yeah, H2O is HTO is not there anymore. PFF, and I always put my cosmic signatures in alphabetical order. It just makes it easier for me to go through them quicker. So we've got IEA, then we got PFF, TAG. So we need to put that one in here, or TAJ, TAJ. WBG we already scanned down. XIF, YZD, and this is that wormhole to HiSec, directly to HiSec, that has already been closed. So we're going to go ZYS. That one was actually a very large wormhole, so some people probably used that to get some major amounts of inventory through. So I really didn't think that was going to last very long. Now, one small thing, and I will get started with my scanning while I talk about it. One thing that people I don't think a lot of is you think of scanning as something very simple. And this is something that I think might be really helpful to you guys out there. They think of it as kind of a passive thing in my mind. I actually think of it as combat scanning. No. But it is actually you can take it relaxed like I'm going to do today, but if you're really trying to make money at scanning down places, relic sites, data sites, then your speed at scanning is incredibly important. A great example is, notice right here, okay, YZD, notice that right there, boom, that is a wormhole. Go ahead and, now I was originally scanning this one here, EDZ, but I can now see that YZD has popped up quicker, so you just want to do that right over the top of it. There we go. The faster you can get things scanned down, the better off you are. Now, I'm making a little bit of a mistake here. Since I know this is a wormhole, I should be scanning down the other places, because the wormhole is going to be wormhole. I want to see if there's any relic or data sites I can make some money off of first before I scan down these wormholes. So yeah, I'm breaking on my own rule here, but it's done. The second, so to get back to my original point, a great example is right now I am in search of a blueprint for a cargo scanner, which is going to speed up my scanning hugely. And what does that mean? Well, whenever I never used to use them very often, but when you put a cargo scanner on your ship, when you fly into a data or a relic site, you can scan each one of the boxes and see where the money is. You can see what the cargo is. Save yourself some time. I cannot tell you, ever since I started taking this a little bit more seriously, how many times, especially as an alpha not having all of the skills, how many times I have been doing a data site, clearing it out, and somebody comes in the system, and I don't have a cloak, I don't have a powerful ship, so I have to warp off. With the cargo scanner, I can scan down the site, then use the cargo scanner to pick apart the most lucrative boxes first. And this is twofold. And hopefully I'll have a video for this later on. I think I've done one in the past. But so let's say you warp into a relic site and there's 5 boxes, and you'll see it every once in a while. You will see a box that has like 40 million ISK worth of loot. And then right in that same system, there'll be an empty box, a box that's worth 500,000, and a couple boxes that are worth um, like 500,000 to 1.5 million. So you've got a 1 in 5 chance to get that lucrative box first, and then suddenly people start coming in the system. It takes a while to travel back and forth, and you can be a little bit stuck. Let's see here. Shoot. Talking too much. I was scanning down one I already knew. Second rule of thumb: don't talk while you're scanning if you want to take this seriously. I already knew that was a wormhole right here. I know that it goes to unsecured space. Now, if these sites here that I'm scanning down don't produce anything, I might just jump in there and see what I can find. But long story short, this literally just happened to me a week and a half ago when I had my first scanning ship. I had a cargo scanner on it and was doing really well, and scanned down 2 relic sites and was able to get, I think it was about 50 million ISK worth of loot right before a guy came in the system. And the reason why I was able to get it was, and there's other things to keep an eye out for, like your directional scanning over here. Maybe if I get a video for that. I was able to scan down one area while I noticed he was working on scanning it down, go directly to that big loot item, and then warp off and scan on another area while he was scanning down that first area. And he definitely, I think he was flying a, oh shoot, what is it? The Sisters of Eve frigate. I was in a very poor Heron, I think, at the time. He had, oh, you know which one I'm talking about. Ooh, data site. Now here's a problem. Is that it's a level, okay, so this is a level 4 data site. This is where I'm lacking right now. This is the other thing I need to do, is I need to buy some items to upgrade my scanning skill. Because I've tried to do this before. With my current scanning skill and equipment, I can't get a level 4 data site. And this is probably worth at least 15 million ISK right now during the current thing that's going on. One thing I was able to do was use one of their booster chemicals that they'd given to me for free, but I don't have any more of those. I was able to scan one of them down. But we'll move on. So that is, IEA is a data 4 site. So I know I don't need to scan that down again. Taj. I promise I'm usually faster at this. Talking too much. So hopefully we can get this done. I'm going to quiet down just a little bit. I got 3 sites to do here. And I might be talking a little bit incoherently too. Apologize for that. This one's done. This one's looking kind of hard too. Hopefully it's worth something. Well, while I'm doing this, what was it? YZD. I can at least warp to the outside of that and check it out while I'm scanning. Double duty it up. Taj. Always warp to 100 outside of it. Now another thing would be, let's say I boot up today and I look and all my cosmic signatures there aren't any there, but there's nobody in system. I can very easily just go blow stuff up and make some money that way. Let's see here. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is a wormhole to low security space. We are going to go check that one out. Wormhole beginning to decay, has not very large ships. Okay, that is a good wormhole. This might be another level 4. It is another level 4 data site. Screwed again. I need to get one of those. I could have made, probably, if I would have had the right setup here, and this is where I'm sticking to the role-playing side of it, I could literally easily go and get some scanning equipment to upgrade my ship, a couple of rigs, and something to add on, and scan both of these two down, and make probably in the realm of 40 to 50 million. We're not going to do it. Not going to do it. XIF. This isn't so much about... I think I said this before. This is similar to if you lived out in nullsec on your own. How would you survive? You can test this out by only going through wormholes. Now, if I found a wormhole in HiSec or a solar system in HiSec that fit all my needs, I'd probably stay there, but there probably aren't any. I'm going to say this. Doesn't look promising. If that's another level 4, I'm going to freak out. What would be awesome if, let's say, I scan down 4 level 4s and I can't get to them, and then I go through that wormhole and suddenly I find a system where I'm able to buy the items that I need to scan that thing down. Boy, this is not being nice to me. One other tough one is if you scan at all, most people use the Sisters of Eve scanning probes. Well, you can't just make those. Normally, you have to go buy them. Well, I can't do that because I can't fly directly to a market and get them. So I've got to build up some money. So if I do have the opportunity to buy 16 or 20 of those, and that's about, I'm 16 to 32, they're about $1 million ISK a pop. I got to have about 32 million just lying around if I get lucky enough to get those, because those are definitely a lot more helpful. You will almost always see people using those unless they're brand new to the game or doing something stupid like me. This can be another level 4, isn't it? I am guaranteeing it. This is going to be crazy. I can almost guarantee it just for the fact that it's taking me so long to scan down this initial part. WBG was a combat site, so that's why that's there. Yep, and it is a level 4. Okay, so this is an example. If today's video means anything, it's how to fly with a ship that's not what you want to fly. So if you are a new player, what do you want to do when you're scanning using when you're going around? Get all your skills up as an alpha if you don't want to go omega, and then there is a couple of rigs that will help your scan strength, your probe strength, and there's also a couple of mid-size pieces of scanning equipment that you can upgrade with too. And you can get the Sisters of Eve probes. If you have those, you can get these level 4s, and it won't even be that hard. The rest of your scanning will go a lot faster. This one we might be able to get. We'll see what it is. Probably another wormhole. By the way, I have been watching Nobody's Coming System, unless you saw him and I didn't. It's a little bit up, so that's a gas site. So now I know what all of these systems are. Wormhole. Whoops. Data 4. So we've got 3 Data 4 sites here. Now the YZD is a wormhole low-sec. So we're going to go check and see what that wormhole is. Where is it there? Warp to 0. Let's bring in our probes. We don't need them out right now. Let's see what we got. Now let's say I did get this low-sec wormhole. Oh, we just had somebody jump in the system too. Now did they come through the wormhole that I'm going through right now? Keep an eye out, keep an eye out, keep an eye out, keep an eye out, keep an eye out. Never know. Let's get to that wormhole quickly. Looks like they've been around a while. Okay, so we're through. System to gate in Genesis. A Mars system. We got nothing here. First thing you always want to do is save your wormhole spot. Second thing you want to do is get off of that wormhole spot. I always warp to a random planet at 100. Third thing I want to do is create a save spot, safe 1, in between that planet where I'm jumping from. Fourth thing I want to do is drop that save spot in between. So I drop that save spot. Last thing I always want to do is just warp back to that original save spot and a little bit safe. Now nobody's in the system. Good. So Gateway. I have jumped through into the system called Gateway. I am not seeing any stations here. Looks like there is an Athenor here. So, next thing we want to do, let's just do this quick. We want to create a new note, and it's going to be for Gateway. A great name for a system. It's like all those towns that are named Midway. I've created a blank template here that I use for each system when I'm checking it out. So copy selected. Go back over to Gateway. So if I ever come back here, and it keeps me looking for the correct things. So I'm not too worried about the SIGs. I know where I want to go back through. While I'm here, let's just check out, see how many signatures are here. Oh, there's a decent amount. We might want to scan those down, but I'm not going to bore you with those. I might be able to scan those down and make some money and go back to my home station with it. Might do that when I get done with the video. We're at 24 minutes now. Second one here is planets. always want to see what kind of planet does Gateway have here. Got a lava, a storm, a gas, a gas, and a barren. So the important ones are lava and storm. No plasma. No stations. Let's see who these guys are. Show info. See Athenor here. The Milkmen, and they are member of No Forks Given. They've got 140 members. So we will just Athenor and I'm not too worried about this. I'm just keeping myself in. I'm not going to live out of here. They don't have a station for me. So, but I'm at least keeping myself doing what I normally do to make sure I don't miss anything. What's the size of the system? Size of the system. So I am currently here. So I'm close enough to the sun that I can guesstimate out to the farthest celestial. Zoom out here is 56 AU. So yeah, about 56. So we're talking 112 AU as the diameter, radius, diameter, circumference. I screwed this up in the video the other day. It's been forever since I've cared about this, and somebody caught me on it. That's pretty funny. I'm pretty sure it's diameter. It's radius is the halfway, diameter is circumference. Wow, it's been forever. I feel like a child. So we're talking about 112 AU. So a medium to large size system. Most of your guys would be able to fly through there. Miscellaneous? Nothing. I'm not seeing anything here as far as celestials, as far as monuments, things like that. Nothing that catches my eye. I might want to pull up Dotland and check that out, see if there was anything there. Maybe this is a system that's a gateway system between two areas, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of traffic at all. Not seeing anybody come through here. But, so that is just a trip down daily memory lane. What I do each day when I boot up. Took a lot longer than I normally do because I was talking whenever I was trying to scan. Normally, probably about half the amount of time. Then from there, I can decide, okay, do I want to go into other wormholes and see if I can scan down data sites there? Do I want to sit in system and do some ratting? I am slowly building up my stats, my skills, so that down the road, I might want to do some combat sites out in low sec, try those out. Looking forward to making some videos about those. But other than that, that's about it. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I got some bad news. A couple pieces of bad news that I took care of the last couple days. So might be off and on spotty over the next couple days. I'd go back to work tomorrow. May have a video up over the next couple of days to play. But other than that, things are going okay. So you guys fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however that you want. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.